Welcome to the Eclipse Gracie Jiu Jitsu Academy in Wolverhampton, England. This is Dan Cox. My name's Fran Zuccala. We're going to do a breakdown today. Usually the Gracies do a breakdown of a certain move in the system, but I'm going to do a breakdown of something that happened to me yesterday. A little bit of a problem on the street where somebody pulled up in front of me in the car, got out and went to assault me. And just to show you how effective Gracie Jiu Jitsu was, and it actually saved my neck on the day. So let me just go through the technique and what happened. I was driving down the road, person in front of me pulls over, stops the car very quickly, jumps out the driver's seat, comes towards me, screaming and shouting, saying I was too close to him. I got out of my car and was signalling to the background and saying, look, stop me, why? I've got no problems with you, what's the problem? He was shouting abuse and going crazy. He then came over and went to push me. And as he pushed me, I just backed off and said, look, back off. I don't want any trouble, let's get back in our cars, no problem. But he just wasn't having it, okay? So, on the next time he went to push, I did a technique that we learned in Gracie Combatives. Let me show you the technique first, and then I'll tell you exactly what happened later on. I grabbed his wrist as he pushed me, and I adopted from here a straight arm lock from standing. And it's a very useful technique because it can apply as much pressure as I want to the opponent's arm and even break it if I wanted to, okay? And that's exactly what happened. So the person came in, he pushed, I took his arm, but then he was so scared of his arm being broken, and I didn't want to break his arm, okay? This was just a very good controlling position that he pulled with all his might, he even put himself off balance, and I felt like he was losing balance, so I let go, and then went to knee on stomach, a very controlling position, okay? Especially on the street. It's a very good street position because I don't have to get too close to my opponent, but still controlling. He had a jacket on, and I was holding his jacket down. And at this point, I was still talking to him and saying, you know, we don't need to do this. We can stop. Please, let's stop. But he didn't want to know. At this point, he started to punch, and I was protecting myself. And then when he relaxed and tried to get away, I was pinning him again. And this went on for about 15 seconds. Okay, and he was getting very tired. It was amazing how tired my opponent got. Then I heard sirens, and the police were on their way, and the police pulled up, and I still controlled my opponent until the police got there, and then got off my opponent, okay, and the police took care of business, yeah, including me. It was quite funny, being thrown into the police car myself, but they looked at the situation, I explained what was going on, I said there was no punches thrown, nobody's been hurt, I was just controlling him. He was still going crazy. He got kind of locked up, and I was let to go on my way. So we just showed the power of Gracie Jiu Jitsu and how I didn't even have to throw a punch, and this person was rendered really helpless until the police arrived and took care of business. So we'll sort of demonstrate the whole technique, exactly how it went down the street, and then we'll call it a day. So again, he's coming, he went to push, he grabbed. I didn't want to break, he pulled, he put himself on back, pulled it up, and I held down. From here, I'm protecting myself, I tried to roll a little bit maybe, and then look how I just held it, and now I got off, and the police came, and job done. So very basic, very effective. Okay, and again, this highlights how important Gracie Jiu Jitsu is in self-defense, and take off my hat to the Gracies for teaching me this style, and Gracie Jiu Jitsu for life.